Hello everyone, it's your boy Codewurld. I hope you're doing good. So I'm here to talk about which team Messi is likely to join. So currently he's following 230 people and he's following two EPL teams, namely Man City, as you can see, Chelsea. So continue to find out the more explanation of which team Messi will join. Thank you. And please subscribe to my channel.
After Barcelona's humiliation to Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-finals, one of their worst defeats in the player's career and the club's career. We've spoken about Messi before. Will he, won't he? Surely he won't. Well, the confirmation coming from the club to AP tonight is that he has formally asked them to leave. Big questions, big talking point for Kavi Solikol and Dharmesh Sheth to discuss here tonight. Dharmesh, a lot of talk. Who could afford Lionel Messi? What's the latest in terms of his release clause?
Right, Lionel Messi says he wants to leave Barcelona. That's the easy part. The facts of the matter are this. He has got a release clause in his contract of 700 million euros. So whether Messi wants to leave or not, who can afford 700 million euros? However, there is a clause within that contract that says Lionel Messi can leave for free at the end of every season, should he decide he wants to leave Barcelona. So you would think then that Messi is available for no money at all, not the 700 million euro release clause. However, there is a little bit of confusion with this one because Messi will say the season is finished late, so under the contract, the season finishes, I can still leave for free. Whereas Barcelona will say this is an exceptional circumstance because the season got extended with regard to the coronavirus pandemic, and they will still refer to the season ending when it would have ended before, which would have been in May or early June. And then they're saying, right, actually, that's when the clause expires. So the 700 million release clause then becomes active once more. So until they sort that out, Messi can say, I want to leave Barcelona. He can express his desire to Barcelona that I want to leave Barcelona. But until this release clause issue gets sorted and whether he can actually leave for free, you'd have to wonder who can actually pay 700 million euros to buy Lionel Messi.
Kavi, reaction coming in all the time. Carlos Puyol has been on social media. Sum up what he's had to say and your general thoughts on this development.
Well, Carlos Puyol obviously was one of his former teammates, has said on social media, respect and admiration, Leo, all my support. So he is backing Lionel Messi. But I think the bigger picture here is almost a war between Lionel Messi and the Barcelona board. He has fallen out with them. He wants out of the club. He is not happy with the direction the club has been led in. Now, the important thing is, will he get his way? Will he be able to force his way out of Barcelona? That is the first hurdle that he has to clear. The second hurdle is, can he find a club who can afford to pay him? And when you think about it, how many clubs are there in the world who could afford to pay Lionel Messi the kind of money he's on? According to the Football Leaks website, he earns almost £1 million a week. That is his basic salary. He's on £9 million a year in image rights, £13 million a year in bonuses, and he also gets about £25 million a year on top of that in loyalty fees and bonuses. So I'm looking at those figures. In the current economic climate, I cannot see a club in the world who can afford to match the kind of money he's on at Barcelona. But who could possibly afford those kind of numbers? Manchester City. Yesterday, the Manchester City chairman, Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, accepted that normally they sign players between 20 and 25, but they were willing to make an exception this summer to buy somebody who's a bit more experienced. Lionel Messi is 33. Does that mean that Manchester City are interested in signing him? PSG, they could afford to sign him as well. They've got Mbappe, they've got Neymar. They spent £200 million getting Neymar out of Barcelona. Would they want to get Lionel Messi as well? But I think when you're looking at his situation, I don't think it's done and dusted that he's going to leave Barcelona. Just because he sent a fax to the board saying, I want to leave, doesn't mean they're going to let him leave. And then the second problem he's got is, where is he going to go to? In normal circumstances, it would be difficult. In the present economic climate, it's almost impossible to work out who could afford to sign him. But off the top of my head, Manchester City, PSG, those are the kind of clubs you'd be talking about.
This is all set against the backdrop as well of the political issues at Barcelona as well, and the presidential elections.
Huge, yeah.
Ronald Koeman, of course, has come in as manager. Now, he has intimated, look, Messi's obviously part of my plans, and he was kind of putting it out there that he thinks Messi would stay for his project. But how long is Koeman's project? Because if the presidential elections are in March, Xavi has already nailed his colours to the mast with the next presidential candidate, who he hopes will come in to the club. That then adds another dimension to Messi, because Messi and Xavi, very, very close, old teammates. Would Messi want to play for Xavi? Is he willing to take the risk of those presidential elections going in the way that would allow Xavi to come into the club? So at his age, what is he, 33 years old now, Messi's got big decisions to make, because is he thinking, if this presidential election doesn't go in the way that perhaps we would want it to go and Xavi gets in charge and I'd want to play for someone like Xavi, if that doesn't happen, he's stuck again for another season. And then he's in that same position where at the end of next season, that €700 million release clause is still there. But then at the end of the season, he will say, look, I want to leave. And then he can leave for free. But then by then he's 34 years old, eating into the remaining years of his career. It's a massive decision for him.
So what you're saying is, it's almost Lionel Messi is at war with the Barcelona board, and he wants the board to go, and he wants to force them out. And this is a tactic to force the Barcelona board out. And it could end with him staying, as long as the men who run the club at the moment leave, then he would stay. This is just part of a way to force them out.
You can look at it and face value as well. Messi does want to leave. He wants out of Barcelona. The 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich was the final straw. He needs a new challenge. He doesn't see Barcelona going anywhere in the remaining years of his career. It could be another rebuilding job. And at 33 years old, does he want to be part of a club that's rebuilding, or does he want to go to a club where it's ready-made and he can carry on winning trophies for the remainder of his career? That's the big decision he has to make if you take it on face value. The other way to look at it, of course, as well, when you talk about the presidential side, is he keeping an eye on that? Is he keeping an eye on who the next manager is going to be? Is it going to be Xavi? Who's the president going to be? Who are they going to buy? Am I going to get all the players around me that are going to allow me to do what I want to do at Barcelona, that I have been able to do until like last 3 years?
Okay, well, I put my cards on the table. I mentioned Manchester City and PSG. Are there any other clubs out there who you think, when you look at those figures, who could afford to sign him? Clubs in the Middle East.
You're going to go inevitably to the Middle East.
America.
Yeah.
Exactly. On face value, yes. It all depends once more. I keep coming back to this. There's this clause in his contract. Yeah. If Barcelona still maintain that €700 million release clause stands, this is academic, isn't it? Nobody can. Who can afford €700 million for one player?
Remember, we were talking about the clause in Neymar a couple of years ago with that move to PSG. It doesn't need reminding, but Messi, record 6 Ballon d'Or awards during his time at Barcelona as the top, helped the club win 10 Spanish league titles, 4 Champions League crowns. We could talk about him all night in terms of his impact on and off the pitch. Can you see him in the Premier League? Come on.
I could see him playing for Manchester City. I couldn't. Looking at those numbers, who else could afford to pay him? Roman Abramovich could, but Roman Abramovich is busy backing Frank Lampard to make other signings. They have other targets. I don't think Lionel Messi has ever been mentioned in connection with Chelsea. Who are the other clubs in the Premier League who could afford to sign him? I mean, you're talking about Liverpool. No. Manchester United. No. They don't have the money to sign Jadon Sancho at the moment. How are they going to be able to afford Lionel Messi? I just think if we're talking about the Premier League, it's Manchester City or nobody else. Wider, you're looking at PSG, and then you have to look at the Middle East, MLS. He's 33. Maybe he wants to wind down his career. But I think what Darmesh is saying is, what is crucial this evening. The point that he's making is that is this part of a wider story? And the story is that he's fallen out with the Barcelona board, and he feels that by doing this, he can force them out. And one final point I would make is, in all this, spare a thought for Ronald Koeman.
Yeah.
Because just a few days ago, he got what he thought was going to be his absolute dream job. The job he has always wanted, to manage Barcelona. And look what he's let himself in for. Could he be the Barcelona manager who was in charge when Lionel Messi basically waved goodbye to the Nou Camp?
I think another point that you made there, you talk about his 6 Ballon d'Ors and all the other trophies that he's won. It's hard to underestimate the impact that individual honours have on the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. They always talk about them, Ronaldo especially, but Messi as well. Messi's moved ahead of Ronaldo. If he stays at Barcelona, is his thinking, am I going to be able to get another Ballon d'Or when a team like Barcelona is going to be in transition? Am I going to be that guy at my age who will be able to steer Barcelona to further glory if they're in a transitional phase? So does he want to now to go to another club where he's going to be able to get those individual honours again? Is he going to go to another club where he thinks he can win the Champions League? Because at the moment, you'd have to say Barcelona aren't among the clubs that are you'd think, oh God, they can win the Champions League.
One final point I would also make is that every player has his sell-by date. At some point, Lionel Messi is going to have to leave Barcelona. He is 33. Look at how much they're paying him. I mean, incredible numbers he's earning at Barcelona. And do they want to keep giving him that much money when he's 33? I'm not saying they should let him go now, but we're getting to the stage when Barcelona have to plan for a future without Lionel Messi.
One point I would make as well, we talk about this €700 million release clause, but then something might come down to the relationship between Barcelona and Messi as well. Given the service he's given them, €700 million release clause is